channel, everybody. This will be the last match from Tuesday, December 17th. I actually got back in front of the camera again. This is me up against Crystal. I ordered a lag ball, one of the official lag balls from the Moscone Cup. Crystal's having some issue with me using a fancy lag ball instead of just one from the table. And then also trying to argue with me that we're supposed to lag from the foot instead of the head of the table. Um, Anyhow, get started with this. Of course, I did an absolute terrible lag, and as you can see, there's a bit of table roll there where we nearly collided. About halfway back, the three ball started headed towards my side of the table. Crystal wins the lag though, so I'll get racking up here. After our last match between JJ and Lewis, my team, Dead Ball Society, is now ahead 44-36. Ball and the cue ball and the four ball all go in right off the break. Unfortunately, that means a couple of dead balls there for Crystal. And one ball in for me. A little harder than I really wanted to hit that. I didn't want to get around that side of the cue ball. As I mentioned before, I've been having some trouble with hitting things very softly. I am 6'2", and my if you stretch my arms out side to side, that's 6'7" actually. So I've got really long arms and have a tendency to hit things with that long leverage that I have, and some things a little harder than I want. Definitely working on it. Crystal just about gets that cue ball in past the five. I think she actually wanted to come off of the five. That would have put that angle just perfect to get that in. I managed to get the two in. Decent shape on the three. Not perfect, but not bad. Didn't have any troubles with the scratch with the eight ball there. I don't quite get the three angle though. Crystal was trying to bank that back into one of the corner pockets. Nearly got the side pocket, but a hard bank coming off the rail. Go ahead and put the three ball into the side. Tried to cut that into the nine and had it go around instead. Definitely misjudged my angle on that. Did not get what I was after. timeout. A short one. 5 ball for Crystal. She comes around. Decent shape on the 7. Nice job cutting that into the corner. Although didn't quite get where she wanted on the 8 ball. I believe she wanted to leave that cue ball somewhere around there. Just cut it in, doesn't go. Follow on this should put me back on the 9 ball, but of course I've got to get the 8 ball in first. And not quite. I wanted to be somewhere in this area with that cue ball. Too far to the other side of the table. And left it hanging for Crystal. Be able to put this in no problem. And got back to the area I wanted to be for my last shot. That'll finish up the first rack. Crystal now ahead 5-3. And dry break. Oh, and I completely missed. I tried to cut that one ball into the side. Completely missed it. Thankfully, my Tuesday night team does not have the jar that my Thursday night team does. That would have cost me a quarter Thursday night. All right, Crystal gets that in. She's lined up here. Oh, and her teammate call her out on this one, saying that that was ball in hand. She hit the 8 ball first. There's a little bit of discussion going back and forth between Crystal and Javi and Jason. Javi and Jason both say that she hit the 8 ball first. Crystal says she didn't. So, but we went ahead with it. And I really put too much power behind that 3 ball. Trying to get to where I am on the 4 ball, which I managed, but got to get that in first. And here's the discussion. So, Jason pointing out, yep, hit the 8 ball first. This is going to go on for a minute. Honestly, not sure if we should have called this a timeout. I believe it is a timeout now. Oh, just missed that. That was a really great attempt at getting that 3 in there. It's a difficult bank, and I probably should have hit that a little bit harder than I did so I could bounce out for the 4 a little bit better, but I'll take it. Go ahead and put the, 7 ball in using the 4 combo, and follow that up with the 4 ball in. Just about around where I want to be on the 5, but not quite. I was trying to use this extension on my pull cue because of how long my arms are and everything like that. You'll notice the black center section of my pull cue. That's a 5-inch extension. Although, truth be told, I think that might be contributing to my inability to hit things very softly because I'm able to stretch out my arms. Um, so I have stopped using that. Another timeout for Crystal, and not quite on that bank. And I don't get that angle and scratch. That'll be ball in hand for Crystal this time. Oh, a little hard on that one. She was trying to hold up the cue ball, maybe get some draw on it to come back for the 6, but unfortunately the pocket rejected that angle. I go for a really almost bank shot. Angle a little bit off, and speed a little bit slow for that one. And Crystal's gonna go for a bank shot on it. Do a little kick on this. Perfect. Absolutely perfect shot. 8 kinda ruined getting back up on the 6, but, nice job on that 5 kick shot. And she can still, either cut or bank this 6 ball. Far away as it is from the rail, I'd probably try for the cut shot. And she gets it. And decent shape on the 8 ball. Taking that one on up into the corner here. Should have the cue ball coming back around for the 9. Oh, and it hangs. And Jason's going to give me a timeout. Just wanting to make sure I get down for the 9 ball. And I didn't put enough behind that one. Uh, the hope was to continue travel down around this area here. Still got a bank shot available to me here. Uh, Definitely not something I'd want to try and cut into the corner from there. I don't think I could possibly make that. And no good on the bank there. If I can go ahead and put this down into the corner. My time and aim a little bit better. And completely miss on my aim. No cut shot for me here, or a bank, depending on which way I want to go. I believe I went for the cut shot on this one. And leave it hanging in the pocket. The last 2 sessions playing 9 ball, I have really struggled. Still struggling a bit, getting better. Things are getting better for me. Uh, Definitely been playing better 8 ball than 9 ball. But, trying to get back into shape here for 9 ball. It's been a struggle. I've been having troubles with the rotational aspect of the game. 8 ball, you've got a lot more options when it comes to your next shot. If you get out of line, 9 ball, get out of line, and you've got to hit the ball that you've got to hit. You can't go out of rotation with it. So, and now I'm trailing 8 to 10. ball right in for Crystal off the break. Unfortunately, did not give herself a look at the one. She's going to have to kick at that. Oh, and she manages to hit it. Almost looked like she was going to scratch there for a second. It's a hard kick. And I missed the one ball. And unfortunately, don't hide the cue ball for Crystal's next shot. Didn't really give myself good leave on the two either. Crystal gets the one in and travels a little farther than she wanted. And dead ball there. What she really wanted off the one ball is to come back in this area right here. Would have been the best result. Ball in hand on the two for me. And I manage it with a little bit of forward. I get on the three okay. With the ability to bounce back out for the five. Just about left that in the pocket. Again, way too far on my, I hopefully would have wound up somewhere in this area with that cue ball. Wound up way on the opposite end of the table. Well, almost got the nine ball in early. Did not get my angle on that cut into the side for the five. Crystal goes ahead and puts in the five though, and gives herself a look at the seven. Should be able to cut it right up here in the corner. Okay. The big issue with that, of course, is she's going to wind up here. If she gives it enough follow, she could come back around and have shape for the eight ball back into the corner. Follow that down and get down onto the nine. And unfortunately, scratches. Seven ball in. Left myself where I wanted to, really, on the eight. Didn't want to travel too far in any direction, just give myself another shot at that. Hoping to come off the eight down here. Just about scratched on it, unfortunately, but thankfully did not. And then left the nine ball in the pocket because I did not take my time with that shot. And Crystal goes ahead and puts that in. Uh, Keeping it close here, 13-15 now. Crystal within 10. Six ball into the corner, right off the break. A little close to the one for my liking. I'd like to have a little bit more room on my next shot, but definitely a makeable shot up into the corner for Crystal here. Likely going to squirt a little bit this way. Just enough force behind it. It should come back out and give her a nice shape on the two. Oh, and she scratched a little too much angle. Perfect for getting that cue ball in, but the one ball in, excuse me. Go ahead and line myself up with ball in hand. Let's see if this time with ball in hand I can get the ball in. I get it. The Well, the scratch is a quarter on Thursday nights. We our little jar has rules on it that missing with ball in hand is $2. So scratching on the 8 or the 9 is a dollar. Of course, we have the if you get the 8 on the break or 9 on the snap, you can take $1 out of it. It isn't all just putting money in. We are using that money to pay for jerseys for our Thursday team. So got enough over the last 2 sessions where we've got at least the deposit on new jerseys. Okay, 4 dead left on the table. Win that rack 14-19. And the 8 ball kicks in the 3 there. Crystal's got to look at the 1, so continue there. The 2 balls lined up with the 9 corner. The 8 ball might keep that from going in. See how that ends up. Crystal goes for that after the 1. Not quite on that angle. Let's leave it lined up for me, thankfully. And I scratch. Dead ball. Jason's going to give Crystal a timeout on this. And most people would take a look at that 2-9 and just straight up line up for it. It is a game of points when it comes to APA 9 ball, though. So getting the 9 in early, not really helping your game. Crystal only needs 5. That would be a 2 point and then re rack and start over. Always trying to maximize the number of points you get out of every rack whenever possible. Sometimes the 9 ball is just the obvious shot to take. You want to just, keep going forward with points. You've got ball in hand and do your best to line yourself up to get as many points on the table as you can. I'm out running a little long, not too bad. I've seen a lot worse, especially on Tuesday and Thursday night. Nice stop shot on that T-ball. Very nice angle on the 4 so she can bounce out and get hopefully to the 5. I think Jason wanted her to bounce right in this area here. And it's gonna be covered enough that I'm not gonna have an easy shot at this. I'm gonna have to take a kick. And I put a little unintentional left on that, I believe. Shallowed up that. Not sure why she's going for the combo here. Could very easily just put this 5 in the corner over here, ball in hand, and be lined up for the 6. But she went that way instead. I think Jason might have yelled at me if I'd done that. Getting a timeout. Now my plan here is just to pop that in and come back up table for the 6, and of course park myself there instead. Now I'm gonna have to try and kick at it here. Hopefully get this side of the ball if I get anything. And another timeout for me. Jason trying to line me up on a 2-rail kick shot instead, which will put me, if I clip it right here, put me in a good spot to go after the 7 in the corner there, if it goes. Thankfully, I get a rail with cue ball. And nice bank shot for Crystal there. Unfortunately, parked herself. I think she wanted to be here, possibly over here. Went a little long. Honestly, surprised how fast some of these tables run. If you're not from the area, you'll probably already know that Florida is a rather humid state. Mad Hippo has a big garage door at the front that they leave open all the time. So it's just as humid in there in the bar as it is outside. and one would imagine the humidity would cause those tables to be a little bit slower. Well, try to put some left on that to come off of it for the 7. Unfortunately, did not take the just went straight in and out of that rail. Came back and collided with the 8 and 9. And ball in hand, I missed the pocket I was after. Got the opposite end of the table in the corner though, so I'll take it at this point. Manage that bank and line myself up on the 9. One of my better shots of the evening. Got down on that shot and immediately felt a little off balance, so I stood right back up. Definitely something I wasn't doing a couple sessions back. If I got down on a shot and I wasn't comfortable, I would just stay there, shot and miss. You're not comfortable if you get down on a shot and you just feel like this, I don't, you're off balance. Stand back up, reposition yourself. Take take the shot when you feel like you're in a good position to take the shot. Not on a shot clock. There is some guidelines as to how long a shot should take. Um, but nobody's going to call a foul on you for taking long unless you're doing it all the time. And then it's just a sportsmanship issue because you're slow playing. Very few people in my league that I would accuse of slow playing. There's one or two. They take their time every time. But again, they don't take so much time that it'd really be a an offense in which I would like contact the league operator or something like that and say, "Hey, this person's slow playing all the time." Three balls in off the break for me. Got a line on the 1, which should put me on the 2. I can just cut this one here. Cue ball should come right about there. Put me on the 2. I missed the 1. Got myself back into this race, thankfully. I was dragging behind there for a while. We're getting a timeout for Crystal. Definitely a bankable shot here into the side. Um, Bit of follow on that. Should put her somewhere around here with the cue ball. Otherwise, possibly come off this way with it. Kind of hard to tell. Probably easy to tell for Jason, who's giving her the timeout. But for me, I'm I'm a 3. He's a 9 in 9 ball. Like he's going with a little bit of right on that to make sure she winds up somewhere down here for a nice easy shot into the corner for the 2 afterwards. Oh, it doesn't quite get that. Doesn't leave it where I've got an easy shot either. Um, if I somehow manage a 3-ball combo 179, not a high percentage shot. It does not look like it'll go in here cleanly. So getting a timeout. I believe what I'm planning on here, if I remember correctly, is hit the side of this and have the cue ball wind up down here where the 1 ball goes here. Nelson giving me the timeout. Right. Have that 1 ball hit, maybe come back out here, but have the cue ball down here somewhere. Yeah, well, opposite, I guess. Had it so the 1 went down and cue ball, I came out a little bit further than I really wanted to. Really wanted to be behind the 7 here. Enough behind the 7 that that's not an easy shot anyway for Crystal. And don't think that hit the rail. Nope. Really want the points on this. Um, but I honestly think my best shot right now is a 1-9 combo into the corner. Don't think I've ever had a real good chance at anything else. Doesn't go. This does put Crystal in a position where she could come off of the right side of this, bounce into the 9 ball and put it in, which would finish up her run. She'd make 25. Conversation back and forth between her and gonna get a timeout. Called a timeout. I think she said, "No, I don't need a timeout." Doesn't work that way. The player cannot refuse a timeout if her team calls one. The team can refuse to give a player a timeout if the player calls for one, and I've always thought that that's kind of backwards. Um, I don't think a player should be forced to take a timeout if somebody on their bench calls for it. I don't think uh, the bench should be able to refuse timeout either. So, but those are the rules we play with, and I'm gonna get ball in hand on the 2. Hopefully, I'm gonna actually put it in. Nope. Gonna leave it right in front of a pocket for Crystal, though. Kinda how my end of game was going for me, unfortunately. I did a good job getting back in it, and then just did not do a great job of, finishing out. 1 more ball for Crystal here. Should do the trick. And it runs out of gas. Issue here is I need to get on the 6. Um, that was horrible. I I just one of those things where it's like all I had to do was just tip that ball in, and I would have been on the 6. Didn't. All right, that'll finish that up. Crystal wins 25-22. Final score for the match: Dead Ball Society 51, Boats and Holes 49. Really close match all the way through. Um, Thanks for watching, everybody. Please give us a like and subscribe. We've been sitting at 49 subscribers for a little bit here. Would love it if a few more people would subscribe, get us over that 50 mark. And always a pleasure. Love hearing from everybody. So let us know how your team's doing. I did try and record on Thursday, just yesterday, the 26th. All of my footage turned out blurry, so unfortunately, I'm not going to have anything from this week. So, but uh, got Tri Cups coming up. Going to be a live stream, so hope to see you on the live stream. Hopefully, we can get your team up there on the live stream table. Love to feature some more teams, and we will see you in the pool hall soon.